I'm going to organize this by telling you about a study we did with hundreds of students making the transition to 7th grade. They're about 13 years old. It's an extremely difficult transition. The work gets substantially harder, the grading gets more stringent, the environment becomes less personal. And that's a crucial time. It's a time when many students turn off to school, and you start to see lots of declining grades. So as they entered, we measured their mindsets. That is, we saw whether they believed intelligence was fixed or could be developed. We monitored their grades in math over the next 2 years. We also measured a lot about their attitudes toward learning. Now, look what happened. They had entered 7th grade with just about identical achievement test scores, but by the end of the first term, their grades jumped apart and continued to diverge over the next 2 years. The only thing that differed were their mindsets. When we saw that a growth mindset had so many benefits, we asked, could we teach it? And we did. So in one of our first studies, the control group, which you see on the bottom, got 8 sessions of great study skills that teachers said were important that year. But the growth mindset group got 8 sessions of study skills with the growth mindset. The growth mindset sessions kicked off with this article, "You can grow your intelligence. New research shows the brain can be developed like a muscle." And they learned that every time they pushed out of their comfort zone to learn something new and difficult, the neurons in their brains formed new connections, and over time, they could get smarter. Look what happened. The students who just learned the study skills, these are 7th graders already showing declining grades in math, those with just the study skills continue to show declining grades, but those who learned the growth mindset with the skills showed a sharp rebound in their grades. Is it ever too late? We did a study in 13 high schools around the US, and we focused on the lowest achieving students, the lowest thirds, the ones that the schools give up on. And we sent them over the internet. They did 2 growth mindset sessions. They learned about the brain, how it grows through learning, and how they could put that into practice. The control group just learned about the brain and about memory improvement, but not the growth mindset. Look what happened. After only 3 months, the grade point average, and that's across every subject, average, was significantly higher in the growth mindset group than the control group. And look at this. The control group was passing fewer and fewer courses, but those in the growth mindset group were passing more and more courses.
In terms of teaching, you say it can be taught.
Absolutely.
But the way you presented it there, it sounded like you were teaching at the level of kind of information, the sort of know that of growth and fixed. To what extent does this sort of get under the skin and become dispositional, and how does that come about?
Yes. Well, we have students do exercises as they're receiving the information. For example, they summarize the evidence for growth mindset in their own words, or they write a letter to a struggling student or friend of theirs, encouraging them in terms of a growth mindset. So we really create this personal engagement as they are receiving the material.